Hello everyone, I'm Agent Baron and welcome back to I'm way too close to the surface. Welcome back to Minecraft Divine RPG with Balkan's Weapon Mod. I'm still getting these little lag spikes. It's irritating, I'm sorry. I also want to apologize for how late this is. I had a midterm project I had to do that it took a little bit of dedication to get done. I didn't have time for this, and I'm sorry, but my school did have to take precedence. Well, last time we left off, I believe I made myself some spiffy new realmite armor. I have 2 ingots left. And as much as I would like to go back down there and try to find more realmite to complete my suit of armor, I personally would also like to go out and start exploring the area. Try to get a feel for what's around me. I have a compass here. I guess I could make another one, not like I don't have the iron for it. And I'm going to make a map. I'll be right back. Why did you get in the way, Ted? What is your problem? I'm amazed that actually hit you. But still, you need to stay out of the way of that door. Anyway. Oh yes, the map. Alright, I am back. It is a new day. We're back at the old shelter here. It took every last piece of sugar cane I had, plus the little bit I had out there. Oh man, this texture thing again with Optifine. But it took everything I had, plus what little I had waiting out there as well for me. But finally I made a map, and this is me. Now we get to fill out this entire thing. This will be fun. Alright. If I'm not mistaken, the maps are like 2,048 blocks from one side to the other, so this will be fun. But first I'll have to get rid of any kind of bad guys we got up here. Whoa, you are new. You are new. But you are just as foolish as you were the day I met you. I guess that's why they look different, is because they're just remodeled. Looks cool though. It's a nice change from before. Oh, you want some too, huh? Ah! Alright, I'm putting an end to this. Ah! Yeah, don't go away too soon. Alright. Hope I never see you again. I really gotta start working on food too. I don't want to romp around too much without getting any food back at the base. I do have cows going, but the wheat hasn't completely finished yet. Well, we have another desert crawler over here. Maybe I can fool him into I don't know, that's not quite deep enough. Actually, you know what? Yeah. Oh man. There we go. Get back. Get back. Get back. There we go. Alright. Wonderful. You may also notice that I have an iron halberd with me. I kind of switched up from the stone battle axe because what I'm kind of getting from the stone battle axe is, even though it has more power and knockback, it's kind of the same as the halberd, except the halberd has the ability to do a little bit more damage with less knockback with a stabbing mode, and the options are very nice. Oh, alright, well, what I suppose I'll do then is, guess I'll just kind of Alright, I suppose what I'm going to do is, since this is going to take so long, is I'll go ahead and cut the video and just kind of do sort of a montage of some interesting sights I see whilst filling in this map. And creepy sounds aside, here we go. Oh, hello. Wonder what kind of spawner you are. And you are not far from my base at all either. Good to know. Good to know. Spiders, huh? Oh, I'll have to come back here later. Oh, yes. Very welcome. Saddle? Oh, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave some of these behind and bring this other stuff with me. Let me drop off this stuff. There are probably no other chests in this particular dungeon, which is okay with me. Alright. Well, once I manage to procure myself some carrots, I know exactly what I'm going to do, and I forgot to silence my phone. I appear to have found some piggies. Oh yes, just wait till I get some carrots. 10 points to anyone who knows exactly what I'm thinking about. And I believe it is starting to get late in the day. Or I'm just starting to feel scared because I've been out by myself. Oh, an egg. Yes, I'll be taking you. Chicken! I gotta come back for these chickens. Yes, there's a second one. Get some chickens going on in my base. And before you know it, I'll have myself access to plenty of feathers I can use for arrows. Okay, so it is a new day. Made it back to my base here. And as you can see, I have become a little bit distracted, and I've made myself a nice little pen to keep some chickens in. And what I want to do right now is I'm going to get back over to where that forest is at, and I'm going to lure some of those chickens in. And I ate my last 2 cooked beef, and I don't want to harvest any cows just yet. I want to try to get them to build up in there. Because as it is, I only have 3 cows and 1 baby now. So we're going to get those chickens over here. That way I can use that wheat farm to its fullest extent. Wheat to breed cows, and seeds to breed chickens. But first I need to take care of any other bad guys that are up here, because I did kind of work into the night. I know I heard one of those red things, those red propeller-looking guys, but they don't appear to be around anymore, which is good for me. I'll use my trusty map to find my way there, even though I can see it from here. There we go. Come with me, chickens. Come with me, chickens. You're about to make me a very well-fed Stuporian. And while I'm luring these guys back over to the base, I do have some news for you regarding the next Minecraft update. Of all things, they've revealed something called a minecart with a spawner. Now, and by spawner, I mean like a mob spawner. Now, whether this means it's... What is your problem? Why can't you get up there? Now, whether this means that it's like going to be, you know, involve actual, you know, procurable spawners or not, I don't know. But the fact that you have things that can generate mobs on rails, very fascinating, and I think it'll make abandoned mine shafts more interesting places to go, perhaps. There's also some more changes to the AI that I hadn't mentioned before, namely the fact that zombies are a bit tougher now. I know I mentioned a thing about skeletons being able to shoot farther, but in addition to that... Oh! You laid an egg! But in addition to this, apparently the closer you get to them, the faster they'll shoot, kind of emulating the rapid-fire arrow shooting that some people do in, like, PvP combat and whatnot. And, in addition to this, if you... Yeah, well, yeah, they'll fire faster if you get closer. And you're not interested anymore. Let me get these guys back to the base, and then I'll talk a bit more about that later. Oh, yes. Yes, this is quite wonderful. Yes, quite wonderful. And actually, I did pick up a couple more eggs. What will this do? Nothing. Fine by me. This is just more, you know... This is just more, you know, groundwork for the future. Got some chickens. Alright, now we gotta keep filling out this map. Well, I've mapped from my main base straight over to here. And when I look at it on this map, it just makes this seem like such a tiny world. Anyway, I'm going to sleep here. It's the main reason why I came here. Get here before nightfall, and then any moment now I should be able to, you know, go to sleep. Apparently Minecraft Steve operates on like a solar detector too. He just will not shut down unless he realizes there's a certain amount of darkness out there, or lack of light. There is a difference between gauging the amount of darkness and the lack of light. I'm sure of it. I'm sure there's some logical reason for it. Anyway, back to mapping. What in God's name is that? That's a really big... Is that a spider? Better have this thing ready and loaded just in case. That is a, looks like a crab. That's really cool. Oh, you make sounds too. Well, I'm gonna play this smart. I want to see what you drop, but I'm not going to engage you anywhere where you can reach me, because you're big and probably very strong. Yeah! Wow, that scatter shot really did not go very far, did it? There we go. At least he's big enough that he's still within the range of the spread. You're not gonna get me up here. I'm way too wise for you things now. I'm not gonna speak so soon. Wonder how much health you have. You're probably gonna take a lot of punishment from this boomerang before you go down, just like everything else always does. Well, while I'm terrorizing this thing, in addition to those changes to the mob AI, oh yes, with zombies, zombies are changed a bit too, where now if they're on fire, like either by sunlight or by you setting them on fire and watching in delight, if they touch you, they will set you on fire as well, which kinda sucks. And they are also getting an upgrade to their AI, a la Zombie Pigman, in that if you attack one of them, they will call their buddies in to help. And I believe they will also know who shot them from a lot farther away than mobs typically do. We're also updating the structure of the game a little bit, so that now instead of just having to do it from the menu screen, you can change texture packs in game, which is pretty cool for those times when I, like I did in last episode, forget that I had the default texture pack on in the middle of a recording. Whoops. My God, this has tons of. Oh man. Okay. Well, there's also a thing called the dropper. It's a new block being added. Basically, it, well, while a dispenser shoots things, a dropper will drop things. So, for example, if you put arrows in a dropper, it will simply, there we go, it will simply drop the arrows as items, as opposed to, like, shooting them into your knee. Did you drop anything at all? Oh, you didn't. You were not worth the trouble. Whoa! There's something out in the water. From here, it looks kind of friendly. I wonder what it has inside of its body when I kill it. Whoa. Hey there. There's a bunch of them out here, actually. It's about noontime. I may want to think about heading back. I mean, if there's two over there and one here, I imagine they're going to be kind of common. I can come back any time to look at them. So, I guess I'll do that. Start heading back, because I am kind of far out. That's the problem with this map, is that I get so far out, and then, well, it gets to a point where I can only go so far before I have to turn around and go back home, and kind of limits it. I'll have to start setting up a base somewhere else. And in lieu of this, I need to find a good place to set up shop, something, a good place to build a new little shelter, nice change of scenery, maybe. I'm not going in the jungle. So, let me know where you guys think I ought to go to set up some shelter, or where you want me to explore. Kind of, I'll fill out the land a bit more, and, well, we'll see what comes out of that. I guess what I'll do then is I'll start wrapping things up here. I appear to be headed back towards the desert base, which is okay. I kind of want to stick around there to, if I start getting a new shelter going, I want to at least stick around long enough to gather up some supplies and whatnot before heading out. I want to stay within a reasonable distance of my kind of main base here, though. It would kind of make sense, considering I'll only last so long out there with no real definitive source of food, rather than relying on my crops to grow fast enough for me to feed the animals. But I'm off to a great start, and I'm happy with that. I will point out a couple more things before cutting this episode off. They're going to be rebalancing the bone meal, and at first it appeared to have a much stricter guideline of, like wheat crops like wheat and pumpkins and watermelons, they would require 1 bone meal per stage of growth, and which would be like, I think 4 for wheat and like 6 or so for pumpkins and melons. It's really weird. And then like trees, I think would require 3, but they've since decided to rebalance the whole bone meal thing. So now instead of instead of just, you know, static numbers, it would be like random between 2 to 3, I guess. I don't know. And then lastly, beacons. Beacons are being upgraded a bit, so now they have a much farther range. Actually, no, that's a lie. It's not much farther. It's slightly farther. A level 4 beacon, instead of giving you like 81 blocks of range, it'll give you about 101 or somewhere, give or take a few blocks, which is still pretty pitiful in my humble opinion. But at the same time, it's better than 81. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna munch on this bread here and munch on this bread, spend some time talking to Ted, knowing he doesn't understand me, especially when the subject material is pressure plates. And I'll call it a night in this shelter. Let me know what you guys think and about where I should go for another base. You know, if I should explore a bit more. I'm not going in the jungle. There's jungle Dramcrixes there. I'm not going back in the jungle. So, I will see you guys later. I'm Agent Baron, signing out. I'm not tired yet.